AITAH for telling my girlfriend I'm going to break up with her if she doesn't find a job. My girlfriend 25F and I 27M have been together for 2 years and have been living together. We also have no children. I'm currently working, however my girlfriend just quit her job 3 months ago, that the people she worked with were toxic. Thankfully I make enough to keep the lights on, but it's been hard with her not working, hard to buy food and other needs when I'm throwing my entire check at bills. I've brought up multiple times to her that it's time to look for a new job, and she says no good jobs are hiring at the moment. She says this every time. I've been frustrated recently because I am having to work overtime because of this, so I sternly brought this up to her, that she needs to find a job because I can't keep working overtime just because she isn't working. It's hard to support her and myself like this. We went back and forth and she said that I could take up a second job, that dealing with toxic people at her work was mentally draining her and she didn't want it to happen again. She said she wanted to be a stay-at-home girlfriend. I told her she is insane for saying that, and that if she doesn't find a job then I would break up with her. She lost her tea, told me men are the ones to take care of their partner. We haven't spoke much since and she's very pissed off at me. I don't know if I was too harsh to say that to her. First comment, you need to get serious. The problem is you can break up with her, but that doesn't mean she will move out willingly. If you are in the States, I recommend not providing her food anymore. If you can do this for a couple of weeks, this may motivate her to get serious about getting a job or moving out. Stop buying groceries. Get creative and buy non-perishables that you can stash somewhere, like your car for work and dinner, or food she won't eat. Take yourself out to dinner even, but do not feed her. She will only starve if she is not willing to do anything about it. There are food pantries she can get free food from and other benefits. The point is, she will be forced to make an effort. It will suck for a few weeks, and just buy what you need a few days at a time, and don't share. When she wants to eat, tell her you can't afford to feed her anymore, and if she wants to eat, then get a job. If she complains, point to the door and tell her she is free to move out anytime, no one is stopping her. And for the love of God, until she takes you seriously and gets a job, don't FAK her. She will likely try to baby trap you next. Second comment, sadly, this is exactly how many women of your generation think. I have seen relationship influencers on Instagram, who by the way most are single like WTF, who preach that a good man will pay for your nails, hair, expensive designer bags, and will take you to fancy dinner dates regularly, and if he's doing any less, then he is a bum. The women who follow believe this crap are delusional, selfish, have zero ambition, and just want a free ride in life. Kick them to curb, tell them to find a sugar daddy. The reason it's called partners in a relationship is because you are committed to providing for each other. You both don't even have kids. It doesn't sound like you have dogs either. She has no excuse to sit around and breathe up all the air in your home all day for free, just for being pretty. I work full-time, have a part-time side hustle, do most of the household chores, take care of 2 dogs because my BF works 12-hour days 5 to 6 days a week, pays for most the big bills. But without my income effort, what makes me think I can sit on my butt all day scrolling social media, not contributing? I'll tell you, that's the only thing most young women have these days, is the audacity. Third comment, you need to get out of this right now. I went through a somewhat similar situation many years ago. My girlfriend at the time and I were both working jobs without great pay, but we had our own apartment and we could cover our expenses, though HT was tight. About 6 to 8 months later, I found a higher paying job, and 6 months or so after that, she said she got injured on the job. I won't bore you with all the details. Suffice to say, she wasn't contributing anything to the finances and wouldn't work. I took up a part-time job to go with my full-time job, which obviously led to major burnout. She wouldn't even clean or do anything around the house, and would essentially beg me for attention as soon as I got home. She wasn't homebound. She just tended to burn a lot of bridges, and a lot of old friends didn't want to socialize with her. This dragged on for a while, though I had been able to move departments and increase my salary, but I was still stressed out constantly because I had to keep everything afloat myself. Eventually I dumped her because I was tired of her tea, and she moved about 8 hours away to live with her sister. And guess who all of a sudden was miraculously able to get over her injury and find a job and work full-time when someone wasn't pulling all of her slack? People who do this are parasites. Your girlfriend sees you as a sucker and will string this along as long as she can until you leave, and then she'll somehow find the internal fortitude to work again. And this is obviously not meant to slander anyone with legitimate disabilities or other reasons a person can't work a regular job, or to say that any couple who have one income are doing so because one person is taking advantage of another. I know plenty of guys in my current field whose wives don't work because their income doesn't offset the cost of childcare. But someone at this age, with no kids and no reason to not work, is taking advantage of their partner. Fourth comment, NTA, she's being ridiculous and needs to put on her big girl pants and get a job, any job, while she waits for these good jobs to start hiring. It's not fair for her to just decide that she's not going to work and you should just support her. I've noticed that this aversion to employment is a common theme, and it makes no sense to me, and I need to just say this. I lost my ability to work and a career that I had given so much to at 29. An infection in my kidneys caused my health to collapse. I developed fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, my degenerative neurological disorders, which until then were controlled and stable, advanced significantly, as did other chronic illnesses. I don't understand how or why anyone would refuse to work if they were able to. Like, yeah, people are suck and coworkers can be toxic, but like, respectfully get over it and be grateful that you can work. I feel like being unemployed is not as great as people think it is, and attitudes like ops GF break my heart and boggle my mind. I would give anything to be able to work again. I hate being dependent on others financially, and I don't understand why people choose this. Okay, ran over, sorry and thanks. Fifth comment, my BF and I are currently struggling. I'm out of a job and my job was toxic. But I've been applying to jobs daily, multiple times a day. I'm always looking, I'll apply to jobs I'm not even qualified for. We literally just had that conversation today about how it's better to have a job and be looking for new opportunities with higher pay than to be unemployed, period. I'm unemployed, but I'm willing to work somewhere 14 an hour, even though I used to be paid 16 an hour. It's better to have a job, period, than not at all. If she can't see that you have a leech on your hands. There's no shame going to food pantries and such. Does she have a job or reliable transportation? Part of our struggles is I don't have a car, he does, and our car has many issues, and recently we had a water leak that cost us well over $1,000 over the last few months. But I'm literally about to buy a rechargeable electric scooter just to get to work. She's not feeling the urgency of your situation. You have a woman who is going to use you for every last dime, then hop to another man as soon as you dump her. I knew many like that, who would waste their time buy expensive crystals online with their man's money with no regards for their man. Don't let yourself be used like this. Give her a month to find a job or be evicted. Make it part of an eviction notice if her name's on the lease. Then you need to get that together. If she has her mail sent there, you still need an eviction notice.